Welcome to the 2025 Feel Alive Accountability Group. This is your accountability group for women who want life balance without sacrificing their careers or their business goals. So maybe you have a business or you have a career or you just have a really stable hobby that you love to do. But you find that those things are consuming you. The need for money to make sure that we are providing for ourselves and our families is oftentimes something that takes priority over everything else in our life. Maybe you want to finish some really big life-changing projects like writing a book or starting a new group or starting a new business. Maybe you want to finish a project that you've been working on for a while. Maybe you just want to get better focused in on your health and well-being. Whatever your goal for 2025 is, maybe it's just to focus less on work and more on life. Maybe it's finding that balance. This is your 2025 accountability group. We're going to be doing a lot of different things within this group, exercises to help us dive deep and make sure that we know what goals that we're committing to and why and where that's going. But we're also going to develop a little bit of camaraderie, a community that you can feel like you can tap into when you feel overwhelmed, stressed, angry, maybe bitter, disappointed, or even frustrated. This group will be a place where you can get accountability as well as inspiration and encouragement for the times that you need it. My goal is to do a month by month inspiration video, as well as a little bit of reflection and coursework for you to keep you motivated and to keep you going. For January, a lot of times people feel like things are starting anew. Although this is not really the time of year where our Earth starts anew. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, in the US or in the UK or another country that you're joining us from, it's oftentimes in the Northern Hemisphere, the dead of winter in January. So life as we know it, that's all around us, is kind of still hibernating. It's resting. Our trees are not blooming yet. So right now is really the time for reflection. It's really the time for alignment to ensure that we are aligned with our goals, aligned with our life, and on the right path to actually achieving success for the year. This is not the time for New Year's resolutions. In fact, over 70% of New Year's resolutions fail within the first 2 weeks, and 90% fail within the first month. And that's not what this group is about. This group is about long-term success, making sure that you achieve what you want to achieve, all the while continuing on your path for life balance. So, if you're ready to get started, where we start in January is with reflection. We start by diving deep into who we are, what we want, what we value, and what we want the rest of the year to look like. Through that, we set our goals. So by the end of January 2025, you'll have your goals set, but we're not going to worry about going into our accountability group with goals. We're simply going to work on making sure that we are aligned with who our higher self is and which path we want to take. All right. I look forward to seeing you in the group. A couple of housekeeping things just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Show up as you are, whether that is in pajamas or a business suit. I don't care. Show up to the accountability meetings. Those will be under the live events section in your heartbeat area. So if you give me a second, I'll share my screen so that you can see what that looks like. And I'm on a computer. It looks a little bit different on the app on our phones. But if you're in this group and you go here to live events, here in a little bit, as you can see, I just have one event on the calendar right now, but I'm going to be scheduling live events for this group as well as our entire Perspective Shifters Hub shortly. Make sure that you are RSVPing. There'll be a little box here that you can RSVP for each event. And make sure that you're doing that for all of the accountability events throughout the whole year. That way you don't miss any or stuff isn't on your calendar. Of course, we know with life balance comes life emergencies as well as, trips and vacations and things like that. So if excuse me, if you can't make it to one, don't worry about it. Don't stress over it, but do your best to be at each one because that's where you're going to find the connection, as well as be able to ask for support and guidance in different areas of your life. The other thing that I will add is within the January 2025, for this particular Feel Alive Accountability Challenge, there will be the Thrive Guide. That is a guide that I've created to help you do this reflective work. So please feel free to download that, use that as you need to. And if for some reason you can't access that, please send me a message either in Heartbeat or however it is that we have connected outside of the Perspective Shifters Hub, and I will ensure that I can get that emailed over to you or a download to you some way, shape, or form. So I look forward to chatting with you as we move forward. I look forward to meeting you at our first meeting to be determined on the calendar and the schedule yet, but keep an eye out for that.